Okay, this will be an example of the ID password vault where we're going to reset a Lotus Notes user password that is currently enabled. Show you here that we're using Windows 7 Home Premium as a client. The user in question will be Kate Perry 1, and we'll log in with Kate Perry 1 from the select domain with her known password. User authenticates to Domino, and as we can see here, her current password allowed her in, which the server and client configuration has been established. So we're going to send a new mail to the demonstrator here. And her password, AAA 444 IBM 22P. So that's currently what the user used to log in with. So what we're going to do now is we're going to exit the client. And what we'll do is we'll go now to the Domino server, which I'm accessing through a VNC side. And what we're going to do is we are going to reset Kate Perry 1's password through Domino. So we'll go to reset password. And this is the user, and the password is going to be ESX444 IBM 2P. ESX444 IBM 22P. Make sure I type this in right. And we will reset the password. So Domino now came back and said the password for Kate has been successfully reset. So we'll go back in now to the client that this user has, and we're going to access her notes client. And here we're going to set the password, ESX444 IBM 22P. Domino is going to say, yep, that worked. No switching of the ID file. That's the magic here. And as you notice, the user is being prompted to change their password to a new password because they've been administratively reset through Domino. So we're going to give it a new password of Unix greater than DOS 22P. And we're going to go ahead and submit that. So now the user's new password is that, and they're good to go. Now, here's what we're going to do to show that we can do another password change for this user through TIM and what the end result is for the ID file. Now, one thing we want to note here is the user does exist inside the vault in Domino. And sorry for the screen. And in here, we see that the ID vault for the user does have the information. So let's look at the vault information. And here's our note vault setting. When we look at the vault, we see Kate Perry 1, which is the ID that we've been working on. Now, let's go back to the ITIM interface, and what we'll do is we will reset this user's password and show that they can log in without having to do anything to the ID file, which lives on the workstation. So here's the workstation, Notes client's closed. Let's go to the TIM server being here. And what we'll do is we'll find our user, Kate Perry, and we'll submit a multiple account password change. And Kate Perry 1 is the ID file. So we'll find the user. Here is the user. Pairing. And here we are going to change passwords. And it'll show you the two targets, that we're going to do the password change for here. Now here we are going to generate a password, and we're going to hit submit. And it's going to tell me what the password is here, and it's this nice cryptic value. So we're going to copy that here, and we'll view our request to make sure that that was honored and completed on the TIM server side. We'll look at our pending request here as this comes up, and we'll see that the user did in fact have a successful password change done through TIM, and the status was a success. So let's go back to our client here, and we're going to log in. Now, that password, let's see if it'll do this here, that I pasted in the other session. Yeah. So this is the value of the password that I copy and pasted. So now let's go ahead and paste this in here. That'll allow me. Nope, doesn't allow me. Okay, so we're going to have to type this in here. Hopefully I won't fat finger that. Here's the value. Okay, so 34 0A 356 A 9654. I think I typed that right. And the Domino server saying, yes, I know that because you're from the vault. Problem is, Tim reset it, and the administrative function of vault knows that an administrative API password reset was done because you're in the vault. So it's now asking you to change your password again. So here we'll change it back to AAA 444 IBM 22P. And I'll submit that. User logs in, no problemo. So as you can see, the password changes through the vault work. Only problem I see here is the password reset through the TIM interface, assuming you had something like AD password reverse sync set, would have a circle effect for passwords and you'd be out of sync. We'll figure out what we'll do from there. That's the short demo.